So what in the world is eating the frog, and what does that have to do with productivity? If you're wondering that, you're in the right place, and we're just going to get right into it. So let's go. Okay, when we say eat the frog, what we're talking about, and this is the TLDR or get to the point quick, that means that you do the most important thing first so that it gets done for sure. Now, I want to tell you a little bit more about this, how it can be effectively used, an alternative to this, and a little bit on the background of it. But if you're, hearing that you should eat the frog, or someone told you about this, eat the frog, then that is what you want to do. You want to find that most important thing and get it done first. Okay, if you're looking for Eat That Frog, that's a book by Brian Tracy who used this idea. And you can find that in the link below, or go to productivity.academy/eat that frog and find out more. It's a great book. Highly suggest reading it. Now, this has been attributed to a couple of people. I believe both Mark Twain and Bill Gates get cited in terms of eating the frog. And I will put those full descriptions down there in the video description as well, so you can read through that if you'd like to. But I want to talk some more a little bit about how you can actually use this, how you can eat the frog to get more done. And, the big idea behind this is really it's helping with your procrastination and what I call the productive procrastination, meaning maybe I pick up some trash around the office, or I take care of some admin paperwork that I could do at any time and doesn't really take any creative brain power. It doesn't take anything. I could have done it in the afternoon. Maybe I fill my day with that type of activity instead of doing that one harder but very more important thing that I need to do in order to maybe move a project forward, move my life forward, do whatever it is. And we are all capable of getting stuck in that rut where we feel productive, but we're just kind of procrastinating by actually doing the little things that we could do later in the day when we don't have as much energy. So, this is not a thing about doing one thing only during the day. Okay, so, we all have more to do. We have multiple tasks throughout the day. But this is, again, that way to get that one most important thing done. So what you can really do with this is just before you do anything else, when you sit down to work, don't look at emails or messages, because that's going to put you into that mindset of what do other people need? What am I being asked to do? What fire do I need to put out? Sit down. If you have a task manager, a to-do list of your own making, something like that, just think through what is the most important tough thing that I need to do today that will help me move things forward. And I think that last part is really important, because a lot of times we hear eat the frog described as just doing the hard thing. And, a good reminder is things don't always have to be hard. A lot of times it's maybe there's some friction, it's something new for you, it's tough, and that's okay. But sometimes the most important thing isn't hard. It just is important and needs to be moved forward, whether it's a task, a part of a project, a conversation with somebody, whatever that might be. So just take the time to think through this and be like, if, tons of fires erupted and I had to go do all of this other little stuff throughout the day, if I got this one thing done, what would that be that would actually help still move everything forward? And I find that can be a good way to address this. So something you can do is how you can implement this, okay? If you sit down at a desk like I do, maybe to get this started, put a Post-it note up on the bottom of your monitor and say, eat the frog, or what's my most important thing today? If you're more digital leaning, you could set a reminder in your calendar. If you're a religious calendar user, you could set a reminder in your journal if you're a morning journaler. Maybe you could set a reminder in your task manager, like Todoist, ClickUp, Monday, Asana, something like that, where you see it every day. It's a task that you go through. Again, make this work for you. The big ideas here is that you want to see this, think about it, and get it written down before you go in and start looking at tasks or notifications or messages or emails or anything like that. And then by eating the frog and getting that one thing done, you're ensuring that you're moving forward the things that you want to, the things that will move your projects, your life, whatever that might be, forward. Guaranteed this will help you. Now, an alternative to this that I will put forward and I am a fan of is there are some days where I cannot eat the frog. It just happens, right? We all have those days. And instead of having a 0 on that day, what I would rather do is to kind of take the opposite and I want to build momentum into doing the bigger tasks. And by that, I mean doing something productively, procrastinating, like maybe some tidying up, doing the dishes. If I'm working from home, maybe it's, doing a quick admin task or replying to something, but using that to build that momentum to then launch myself into doing something else. Maybe I'm just having a bad day, I'm down, whatever it is, I just don't feel like doing much. But I use that, and it's kind of dangerous. You don't want to get stuck in that mode of just doing these little tiny tasks all the time. But tell yourself, hey, I'm just going to get started and do one simple thing. And a lot of times that can also help you build that momentum so that you get and started. And then once you've done that first task, the second task becomes easier. The next one is easier. Boom, there you go. You've now started doing things. So I suggest knowing yourself, doing whichever one works the best for you. But overall, I hope this description and a little bit idea on how to implement and use eating the frog method helps you out. If you have any questions or comments, leave it below and I'll get back to you.